Ladies and gentlemen, Lumberjack Nation, my name is Casey, and welcome to another episode of the NAU Sports Show. You know, we've been kind of busy this last few weeks. I've had athletic director Mike Marlowe on. I've had head football coach Chris Ball, head volleyball coach Ken Murphy, assistant coach of men's basketball Jake Riccardi, and now it is time to talk women's basketball with none other than the head coach herself, Miss Loree Payne. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Casey. Appreciate it.
Of course. Before we do anything, before we talk about anything else, big news. You just had a contract extension. You are 5 more years with NAU. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and love everything about what we're doing here at NAU.
What do you like most about women's basketball at NAU, about the team overall, about the camaraderie?
Yeah, this year's going to be really exciting. You know, obviously when I took over 5 years ago, the program was not in a very great place. So we were able to really put it as a contender of the Big Sky champions this past year. And we're so close to making it to that NCAA tournament. But I feel like we really got over a hump in our program to where I feel like we can establish a championship program here year after year, that tradition of winning. And I'm just so excited for kind of the new regime of players coming in. We graduated a lot with the COVID year, and we were able to, bring in some really talented young players as well as a really talented transfer. So I think the trajectory of the program is headed in a really great place. And our new facility, the Student Athlete High Performance Center, is a game changer for all of us here in athletics, but specifically for men's and women's basketball, with the new practice arena there and new locker rooms and just everything, all the resources that it allots our student athletes is something that's really special and something that I think supersedes anyone else in our conference with just the facilities and the access that our players have. So just really excited about a lot of things with NAU women's basketball. A few new staff members and a lot of new faces this year, which is going to be really exciting.
It really, really is. Now let's kind of talk about last season just a little bit, okay? Y'all went 17-14. Overall, to me, it's a good season. It really is. You did have a very tough loss, though, at the very end against Montana State to go, into the NCAA tournament. What was the conversation like with the team after that of have a really good year and get that close? Like, I know that can be kind of hurtful sometimes, but going into the summer and getting ready, has that kind of helped prepare them coming and doing better this coming year?
Absolutely. We had a veteran squad last year, so a lot of them, it was kind of their last dance. We had a goal all season last year of playing in that championship game and ultimately winning that and going to the NCAA tournament. We came up a little bit short. It was really disappointing to see Lauren Orndorff go down in that championship game early in the game because she was one of the most solid players for us, most consistent players for us all year. And I think it definitely hurt down the stretch not having that leadership and that veteran experience. But for our returners, I mean, they've been there now, which is awesome. You have to kind of teach them how to win, teach them how to have that championship mindset, that championship culture. And without having been there before, it was, we had to kind of theorize what that looks like. And I think for them actually being able to be there, and that's what they've been talking about. They said, we've been in that game and now we want to win it. Now we want to take that next step to win it. I'm glad that our seniors went out on a high note. Obviously disappointing to lose in the championship game, but Montana State was such a great team, and they deserve to play in that NCAA tournament. And we're excited about the potential of us getting there in the future.
Definitely. I'm really excited to see that. I really am. Now, looking back on last season, real quick, what are some things that you liked, and what are some things that you've been working on during the summer to get ready?
Well, like I said earlier, we have a lot of new faces. So this summer, having our student athletes on campus and in the gym, was really a lot of teaching, kind of going back to the implementation of our systems. I think it's become the last couple of years. It was a little bit easier to advance a little bit quicker because we had such veteran players, and we had a couple freshmen each year. But this year we have five. We have five freshmen and a new transfer. So we have six players who are learning our system and really trying to get acclimated to it. So it's a little bit different teaching style, a little bit different kind of process of implementation of all of our systems. And it was just great to be back in the gym with our players, to have that core foundation returning. And to add a lot of new positive energy and excitement around our program. We had great workouts this summer. The kids got a chance to go home a little bit in August, and we're back at it once school starts, and we'll have a kind of a 3.5-week build before we start our official practice, getting ready to start games in November.
I hear you. I hear you. Now, this year we have some additions to the team. Okay. We have freshmen Sophia Glancy and Audrey Taylor. Andrew Taylor?
Audrey.
Both Audrey, okay. Both from Boise, Idaho. Mary McMorris from Las Vegas. Sanaya Neverson from Phoenix. Taylor Feldman from Tustin, California, and Juliana Aragon, right? From Rio Rancho, New Mexico, as well as a transfer from Idaho State, Montana. Oltrog? Otrogi. Okay.
Yep. Lots of names you're gonna have to I know.
So what have you seen from them so far that you are really enjoying?
Our freshmen, it's fun having a big group of freshmen because they don't know what they don't know, and they're just excited, and they're super happy to be here, and they just have a lot of positive, high energy. And so it was great just having kind of that in the gym, the youth, and just the excitement around being a Division I college athlete. And then you have Montana, that is a graduate transfer. She's from Phoenix. She's won conference championships with Idaho State. And so I think the combination of kind of the youth and the fun, positive energy, plus the veteran players who have been in championship games, and Montana, who's won a Big Sky championship. I think that combination is going to be really fun to kind of intermix and entangle. But our freshmen are very talented. It's the most talented freshman class we've had, hands down, since I've been here. You're going to see all, definitely some, if not all, be major impact players for us, and get an opportunity to step on the floor and get that experience, even as freshmen. So we've seen them really start to acclimate and pick up the system pretty quickly. And it's been very competitive, which, I think sometimes when you transition from high school to college, it's just a different level of competitiveness, of pace of play, of, systematic, intricacies. And I think they've picked everything up pretty quickly. We were very impressed with that. They definitely exceeded our expectations with that. So we can't wait to get them back on the court and start working with them again in the fall.
All right. It's going to be fun to kind of see them play. I really do think. Now, going into the season, who are the leaders of this team?
I think we're still trying to figure out exactly what our leadership core is. I mean, obviously Regan is back. She's a fifth-year senior, phenomenal all-conference player. You add Montana into the mix, who has that experience, even though she hasn't been part of our program. But she's displayed some great leadership, characteristics. I think Fatu has really come into her own. Obviously she was kind of sitting behind some post players last year, and she's had a great summer, and she's really grown and developed on and off the court. Emily Rodabaugh as well has really developed. She had a solid year last year, and is really starting to grow in that area, and display a lot of great leadership characteristics. So I think our leadership is really going to be by committee this year. we have also our twins, Liv and Naya, who both had great years last year, that they both had great summers this summer too. So, I think it's going to be a combination of all of our returners who have that on-court experience to be able to kind of help guide our youth. We have a lot of them, so I think the more leaders we have, the better, just in helping them come along and learn and understand what an entire season at this level really means, and what everything goes into it to have success.
All right. Now, recently the schedule has come out for women's basketball, and I must say, I think it's the hardest schedule I've ever seen for any NAU team. I think you outdid yourself.
We're excited,
Yes.
It's going to prepare us, for Big Sky play. And, we always talk about that. Ideally, we wouldn't have as many Power Fives, but with playing in the Paradise Jam, that's kind of part of that deal. And, we're excited to play against the best in the country and to get that experience, because I think at the end of the day, non-conference is important, and you get an opportunity to play against different teams, but you're really just trying to prepare for Big Sky conference play. And I think it's going to give our kids a whole different level of experience, competition, athleticism, skill. I mean, they're going to see it all in our non-conference. And then I think it's going to put us in a great position as we move into conference play.
Definitely. Now, just talking road games, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We have Arizona State and Arizona. When was the last time basketball played both Arizona schools on the same season?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I think obviously our contract situation with Arizona, we're going to be playing them every year. It worked out to where we could kind of tag on an ASU for a guarantee game, which is going to be great. We're trying to be mindful of budgeting and also being able to schedule games that we can drive to and bus to, along with the games obviously that we're flying to. But COVID was tough on, I think, everyone in every area, but on college athletics, just with scheduling games, rescheduling games. We have a couple games this year that kind of got COVID rescheduled. So I think that's why there's a little bit of lopsidedness with our home and away schedule. It's just kind of how it worked out, with certain games being canceled and return games being required and contracts. So, once we get through this year, I feel like we're going to see and be able to balance our schedule a little bit more with our non-conference home and away games, which I'm very excited for. But we're looking forward to, the challenge of this year's non-conference schedule.
Definitely. So we got Arizona State, Arizona, Arkansas, Kansas State, Clemson, Fresno State, and UNLV, which I will say the last 2 years against UNLV, you've had some success. So
we have. Yeah, UNLV is a great team. They have a lot of great players coming back. It's going to be a challenge, especially over there. But we're excited. I mean, we have a player from Las Vegas on our team. We're excited to get her home. That's one of the things that we like to do, if possible, is to get the teams in our players' hometowns to be able to play us. So we'll be looking to try to get Boise here coming up with our 2 freshmen from Boise, and just kind of the logistics of trying to get a great schedule.
Good. Well, I really wish you the best of luck. I think you will do an amazing job like you have been the last few years. Keep it up.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Before we go, is there anything that you would like to say?
No, I just encourage the fans to come out. It's going to be an exciting team. We're going to have a similar style to play, but I think we're a heck of a lot more athletic this year. And I think you're going to see some really great things, especially out of our returners as well as our young players. So it'll definitely be a different vibe, which I'm very excited about.
Good. Very good. All right, Coach. Thank you so much for coming on again. We'll talk soon.
Perfect. Thanks, Casey. Appreciate it.
All righty, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, I'm giving away 2 tickets to NAU volleyball. First game is coming up at the end of this month. I should say first match. And that is they are hosting Michigan. Friday, 6:30. I think it's like the 28th or 27th, something like that. First person. You know what? Let's change that. Fifth person to email me at naupodcast@gmail.com. Fifth person to email me at naupodcast@gmail.com gets 2 tickets to NAU volleyball. All righty, guys. Until then, always remember, root NAU. Talk to you soon.